Now Romans 8, the 35th verse says, who shall separate me from the love of God? And sometimes we go through things in life, but how many know that nothing shall separate us from the love of God, huh? Anybody really believe that? Because the word says that we are more than conquerors. Anybody a conqueror in here tonight? Now come on, if you're really a conqueror, just move with us a little bit. Come on, Ed, move. Come on, move your head. It's all right to get on your feet if you want. Come on.
Nothing's gonna block me, no. What's going on, y'all? Is your man Dito up Ikuno? Listen, I am super excited. Today is another great day, and I want to welcome everybody right here to Shop Talk, everyone's favorite show, right here on everyone's favorite network. You know what it is? It is freedomradio.com. We have people already chiming in from around everywhere. So we have people hanging out with us on Facebook as well as we have people with us on YouTube as well. Listen, before we do anything, you know what you got to do. You got to get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo, Threads, Spill, whatever it is. But you know what you got to do. Tell your mama them, Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious Nim, Nut Nut Nim, Pojo Nim. Let them all know that we are live right now streaming on the Freedom Radio family of networks. And listen, we've got people already chiming in. Let me get into this already because we have so much to cover. We've got Ashlyn Cole in the virtual building. What up, Ash? I had to drop the young because it's just Ash. Anyway, glad to have her hanging out with us. What up, though, to Diamond Fee? What is going on, Diamond Fee? And yes, I see you sharing Pringle Matthews. She said that song that we opened up with was familiar. It is familiar. And shout out to Andrea Clark. Andrea, what is going on? Dee Dee Felder in the virtual building. We also have Rob Ellis, who was asking us, wait, what is that song? The opening song was I Am Persuaded by the Bay Area's own Lawrence Keith Matthews, my friend, my big bro, and of course the husband to Sharon Pringle Matthews, who just mentioned that a minute ago. We also have my wife, Eat Kana Shit. Thank you. Allegra Tollfree is in the building. What up, though, to Felicia Walker Johnson? Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. My daughter, who is in an undisclosed G14 classified location, but maybe you can figure it out by the time that she says aloha. What is up to Alea? We also have Gay Harris also telling us aloha from Hawaii. What is going on? Glad to have you hanging out. Kenneth Hitchens, thank you for being with us, as well as to my guy, Sam Jackson, out in Dallas, Texas, but always representing the Lou, St. Louis, Missouri. It is all good. Glad to have everybody hanging out with us. All right, y'all. Let's get things going. And what's going on to you, Pastor Bill Carter? I see you, sir. Sacramento, California, in the building. Glad to have you hanging out. All right, y'all, let's get things going. Let's get ready to bring up my first co-host. But before I do it, let me remind you that my name is Demetrius Tollfree. How do you know it? Well, it literally says so right there. And you can hit me up on everything social media at DTollfree. That's DTOLEFREE. People still want to try to spell my name Toll. No, TOLEFREE. Put a D in front of it, and you'll be able to find me everywhere. That's on Facebook. That's on Instagram, Twitter, X, if you still use it, everywhere else, as well as if you just want to send me some money just to say we appreciate you, or look at what I figured out. If you want to send me some money on Cash App or Venmo, it's all good. I'm messing with y'all. But Toll-free everywhere. It's all good. Glad to have everybody hanging out with us. Patrick Foster, what is going on? Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. Without further ado, let's get ready now to bring up our first co-host out in Hercules. I don't know why I want to keep putting her in Pittsburgh. There is something that must be in Pittsburgh with her name on it. But Ashlyn Cole is hanging out with us out in Pittsburgh. See, I said it again. She is in Hercules of California. Ashlyn Tara Cole, girl, what is going on?
It would help if I took myself off of mute. What's going on, good people? Good to see. Well, I don't see you, but you see me, and I see me seeing you. So it's good to be seen. Okay. What's up, Ashley Monet? Always good to see her on here. That's my number one supporter, y'all. So support anything Ashley Monet has going on, because she is literally my number one. She's my number one supporter. I am just grateful to be here. I hope y'all can't hear that. I did do a sound check with Dito. He said y'all can't hear that background noise, but they are going in on somebody's spot upstairs, like maintenance is doing something. They're doing a shelf, or they're installing a new wall. I don't know what's going on, but it's the loudest thing and they start promptly at 9 a.m. Promptly. I'm like, if you ain't up, you better get your day going. Wow. But yeah, it's very loud. But I'm grateful to be here, Detail. I'm excited to get everybody else on here and see what we have to talk about. Shout out to the tech squad that's joining. What's up, Dee Dee Felder? Do you know Dee Dee Felder is like my neighbor almost? She's literally round the corner, down the street, and to the left. And we never see each other.
Really?
We never see each other. We talk about seeing each other. We do. We talk about seeing each other, but we don't ever really see each other because we both are very busy. Amen. But I
kind of figured that out because I live in California.
Not live in California. Do you know how many
you live in California, but yet and still I never. Anyway, it's all good.
No,
I'm glad to have you.
Stacey Downs. Hey, Stacey, how's married life? Your single friends want to know.
I'm sure she'll tell you, let you know how the married life is going, and it is all to the good. Shout out to Anthony Moore. Anthony Moore is in the building. Man, I haven't seen that name. Excuse me, Pastor Anthony Moore Jr. I haven't seen that name in quite a while. But listen, we've got a lot of stuff going on. And you know what? Before I bring up our next co-host, Ashlyn, today I'm taking a field trip. I'm taking a field trip.
In California?
And in California. I'm coming up in your area. I know you're not going to be there.
It was so small. You made California sound like it's 6 miles. Or 8 miles.
I'm coming to your area. I know that you won't be there. I'm coming to your region. I'm going to see Rick today, and we are working on something. We're working on something kind of big. I'm trying to, we tell people to go to the website to get t-shirts and all this kind of stuff, and you can. But then there are other people like, you don't have none in your truck, you don't have none in your car, you don't have none in your bag, all that kind of stuff. So you know what? I tell you what, the best way to tell you what I have going on, I could tell you, but Ashlyn, Ashlyn does pretty good with a lot of stuff too. Hopefully this is the right commercial I'm getting ready to play. You know what? Never mind. Don't worry about it, Ashlyn. I tell you what, I'm going to tell the people what's going on. So hush up for a second. Hush up for a moment. Let me tell everybody what I have going on in my back pocket. Something a little bit like this. What's going on, good people? It's your man D-Toll from ShopTalk, here to tell you about some freedom gear that you just have to have. As you know, we already have an array of tees, hoodies, phone cases, and more that bear the FDR logo, but now we are expanding to statement tees. You can now get tees that say, "Freedom looks good on you," and another one that says, "Praise the Lord, hallelujah, I'm free." Both tees are available in a ton of colors and sizes and are available now for purchase on the FDR website and app. So either go to freedomradio.com/shop on your web browser or open the FDR app on your iPhone or Android devices and click the FDR gear icon. On behalf of the whole team at Freedom Radio, we appreciate all of your consistent support, and we know that freedom looks good on you. And we are back. Welcome back, everybody, to Shop Talk. And listen, I'm going today. We have a new local t-shirt vendor, thanks to the innovative thinking of Ashlyn Tara Cole. So I'm going today to meet up with him and to take a look at some stuff that we have going on. And I'm looking forward to being able to bring more freedom gear to you. Speaking of that, I want to do this as I get ready to bring up our next co-host. Let me just show you this one thing, because I think it's cute. I don't know if everybody knows that you can literally take freedom with you everywhere. And I mean that because one of my children, I can't believe I'm getting so old that my children are starting to travel without me. I can't believe it.
Welcome to the club, sir. Welcome to the club.
Well, I have a child that is out on vacation and went without her dad, but she is yet repping Shop Talk even where she is, as well as the Oakland A's. She's representing us even in think she's in Maui today. But shout out to Alea Toll Free. Her and Gay Harris are out there on vacation. Nobody invited me to go, but it is okay. But y'all live y'all best life, and I'll see y'all in a few days. But she's showing us, she has her iPad, she's rocking Shop Talk, as well as repping the A's as well. It is all good. You was ready to say something, Ashley. I forgot you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
Well, we established last week that it is our 13th anniversary, that we're turning a whole teenager here at Freedom Radio, Shop Talk specifically. And so we were right, Shop Talk or Freedom Radio. It's our radio anniversary. Yes, Freedom Radio anniversary, and we're turning 13. And so I was going to suggest, and Dito, he's the one in charge. He's the one that makes the decisions. But I was going to say, for the people that maybe we'll do like a special 13% off all Freedom Radio gear as we get closer to the anniversary, because we're going to be doing statement tees. Stay tuned, because we're planning something behind the scenes for our anniversary. I'm not going to tell you when it is. I know, Stacy, we're 13 already, a whole teenager. Yeah. But I think that might be something, an incentive to give our listeners a 13% off discount code, and then y'all can stock up on what you need.
Okay, I like the way you're thinking, Ashlyn. I like the way you're thinking. I'll talk to the guy who makes that decision and see if he can create that FDR 13 code that will be able to make things happen. It is all good. And Leia's telling me I need tank tops. I do have tank tops. I actually have a picture of Gay somewhere in a tank top with a FDR tank top on. I got pictures of her. Anyway, I like the way you're thinking, Ashlyn. Let's get ready to bring up our next co-host, who has been patiently waiting behind the scenes, backstage, in the backyard, as I always call it. But let's get ready to bring up our next co-host. She is the graphic designer that designs everything Freedom Radio, and she's the one who created the verbiage for the graphic for the statement tees. I think Ashlyn made up a couple of the statements, and it's all good. Demetrius came up with one of the statement tees. I have a new one. I don't even have it on today. I just have on a Freedom Radio tee. But anyway, let's bring up our next great co-host out in Charlotte of North Carolina today. She's in Charlotte. Let's bring her up, my friend and yours. For real, I can call her sis. She is my sis. Yolanda Wild Praise Morant. Yolanda, girl, what is going on?
Hey, what's happening? What's crack-a-lacking?
Everything is good. I mean, I know you're so excited to be here, and we're excited to have you. And is everything good with you out in North Kakalaki?
Can y'all hear me?
I hear you. I hear you as well.
Oh, I'm surprised. Okay. I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. Just preparing for the great day. Hallelujah.
Yeah, we're going to get a chance to talk about that in just a minute. As I tell you what, keep that same energy. Let's reach out to the ATL of North Carolina. Wow, I done made a new city and state. ATL of Georgia. Let's get ready to reach out to Atlanta, Georgia, and bring up our other co-host that's hanging out with us right now. We all know him. He is the Hallelujah morning man himself. He's on his lunch, and he always spends his lunchtime with us every week. But let's bring him up, my guy. Without further ado, Demetrius Hunter, Big Meech. He's in the building. Those of you who know about BMF, you'll know about Big Meech. Demetrius, man, what is going on?
Well, hallelujah morning, everybody out there in Freedom Radio Land. Truly, this is the day that the Lord has made. I know we usually say that on Sundays, but I believe God created every day. So I'm going to say it on this Tuesday. Truly, this is the day that the Lord has made. And even still, we ought to rejoice and be glad in it. Can I get a few Freedom people just to put some hand claps in the comment section for just allowing God to wake you up on this morning? Come on and bring me back into the congregation, Bishop Tollfree.
Ooh, Lord, this boy is funny. Okay. Hey, I am glad to have you hanging out with this man. And today is going to be a good day.
It's good to be here.
Let's get ready, as we do all the time, let's bring everybody's name up. And we have everybody hanging out with us. Let me fix Yolanda real quick. But today's great. I got some information that I want to bring up, and actually I'm gonna make this all as quick as I can because we've got a lot to cover, and I know sometimes we get stuck. But today is going to be my job, I hope, to keep things going in the right direction and do it as the church people say, expeditiously. So we will see what happens. Anyway, let's get ready to bring everybody up to speed with today's National Day. So let's start real quick with today's National Day. We only have two. And I'll make them quick. Today is, Ashlyn, Yolanda, Demetrius, today is National Library Workers Day. National Library Workers Day. Oddly enough, Ashlyn saw one of my children getting ready to leave a few moments ago. She, came and did the whole daddy thing, hugged me and all that type of stuff, tried to make me cry. I held her together.
Yes.
But she was leaving because she was actually going to the library. She is actually getting ready to. They're both my daughters are CNAs right now, but now my youngest daughter is getting ready to go back to school starting today to work on her LVN. She's getting ready to try to be a location, whatever an LVN is, licensed vocational nurse.
Yes,
licensed vocational nurse is what that is. I was about to make up something, but I know what it is. Anyway, so shout out to all of the other library workers. Today is your day. Last but not least, has nothing to do with me. Maybe you all like this, but today is National Chinese Almond Cookie Day.
No.
Chinese Almond Cookie Day. So if you are one that likes Chinese almond cookies.
All right. Yeah. You got to, okay, look, you know how like you go to a Chinese food restaurant and not all restaurants are the same. Just because you order like Mongolian beef at this one over here does not mean that it's going to be as good over here at this restaurant. It's the same with the almond cookies. Some places you go and they're like dry and kind of like mealy. But some places you go and they're more like butter cookies, like almost like a shortbread texture with the little almond in the middle. So I kind of say, but because I have not found a place. I grew up one block from Chinatown in San Francisco. And so I'm not an expert, but I definitely know you have to pick the spots that have the right flavor combinations and the fresh ingredients and the good almond cookies. Amen.
Absolutely. That's good stuff. And you know what? I don't know if any of you are old enough to know this. I think I'm the only one that's this old, but I'm veering away from the National Day just for a second because Ashlyn, I think in a few minutes you're going to have a come and knock on my door. Come and knock on my door. Take a step that is new. Take a step that is new. Yeah, I don't know if you're old enough to know about that. Anyway, backstage, hanging out, ready to come in to get ready to knock on the door is my guy, Ashlyn's bestie, Ja'Cory Proto, backstage. Looked like he's drinking a Capri Sun or something. Or Ja'Cory, man, what is going on?
Ooh. Oh, wow. It's an early morning. Yeah, I'm at Ashlyn's door. So, that's why I'm a little late. We got to go to work this morning. But if you don't know, this is my favorite juice.
Did you say you're at Ashlyn's door?
I said, why does he look like he's outside of penitentiary?
Exactly. He's right outside of your door. Outside of your door. Anyway, Ja'Cory is in the virtual building. I'm sure you're gonna get a knock on your door. Tap on your window pane. That's how y'all supposed to come in. Yeah, y'all supposed to kill me right there.
I came in. I knew my part, Dito Free. Now I might have been a little half note short, but I knew my part.
I heard you.
I added that song to a set list that I'm doing next week. Actually, shout out to the city of Napa, California. I will be doing 2 private events. I wish I could invite y'all, but it is a private event with the amazing Mindy A. Bear. If you don't know Mindy A. Bear, some people are so safe they don't listen to jazz music, but it's okay. Mindy A. Bear, she is what they call like the edgy one. I don't want to say the bad girl, right? Because that might have a stigma attached to it, but she's like the she wears the leather jackets and the high heel boots, and she's got the blonde hair and all that. She is fierce and she plays the mess out of that saxophone, let me tell you. But shout out to Mindy A. Bear. She has me joining her for her second annual festival. So I'm excited for that, but it's private. I'm sorry.
man.
That's good stuff. I'm not mad at it.
Ash.
Congratulations. And normally, with those of you who don't know, in the music industry, when the gig is private, that means that the money is different. That means
Come on,
that the
Steve.
that at the end, when that she gets that paper with her name on it with a couple of numbers
Woo.
on it,
Mighty
those numbers
God.
are different than those of us
Mighty God.
that play the
Mighty
public
God.
events. Anyway, it is
Mighty
all
God.
good. Hey, while we're in this same vein, really quick, want to do one last thing, and that is we got birthdays. And I only have one today. I only have one. I went through this whole big list of 200 plus people whose birthday was today. And I knew another person, but I didn't want to bring him up. But today, that I do know who has a birthday that we all know is Keisha Knight Pulliam. We all remember Rudy from the Cosby Show. Can you believe she is 45 years old today?
Wow.
45 years old today. And last but not least, I said I wasn't going to mention, but you know, Nessie wants to mention.
I see what you did. I just looked it up. I see who it was. Okay.
Who was it? Who you think it is?
I'm not gonna say.
Okay. Well, many of you
wait a minute. There's two people that are kind of like,
Well, the person that I mentioned is actually in the app that says they're an entrepreneur, and he is an entrepreneur. He has passed and going on to be wherever he is. I can't put him in heaven or hell. But you know, we all know his name. But Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall brought his name up in Coming to America when they was talking about. You know, when I think about these models for the Miss Black Awareness pageant, you know, God can make your body, but it's only the Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner can take the picture, but it's the Hugh Hefner on high. Only God. You kind of shit. Anyway, Hugh Hefner, the entrepreneur extraordinaire, today would have been his birthday. Ashley, go right ahead.
Well, we do have one other birthday that I think is significant, and I definitely want to shout her out because I would call her the Run Queen. Okay, now we have several Run Queens out here in the world. You know, Kim Burrell is definitely up there. You know, all of the Clark sisters, Karen, Kiera, Sheard. I would even include somebody like Shalea in there. I would include like several people, but the amazing Jasmine Sullivan. Today is her birthday, and she is 37 today. She is 37. Wow. So we definitely don't want to miss her because she is
like that. I give it to you. I must have missed that at 5:30 this morning when I was looking at birthdays. But Ashlyn, that's a great segue into you being able to share what you normally share. Go right ahead, Ash.
So birthdays are so significant and so special. And I know, you know, I say this often, we don't like to make a big deal of ourselves. Some of us do, but humility is one of God's gifts, right? And it's a choice. We get to choose to be humble. But today, when you celebrate your birthday, you're not celebrating from a place of ego. You're celebrating from a place of worship. And it's worshiping God and God's creation. He took the time out to number the hairs on your head. He formed you. He created you. He chose the mother and father that would bring you into this world. And so for today, all of us here at Freedom Radio and ShopTalk, we just want to celebrate you. If you ain't going to celebrate yourself, we going to for sure celebrate you. So happy birthday from all of us here at ShopTalk. Make it an amazing day today.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Listen, we're going to keep things going. And I want to mention something that we've been talking about offline, but today we can finally officially give information about that. And I've already started doing my research, trying to make up my mind on what I'm going to do. But today, Ash, Yolanda, Jacory, Demetrius, we can finally announce that the date for the 2024 Stella Awards has been announced. It was what we thought it would be, but we were waiting for official word in order to announce it. So today we can officially announce that the Stella Awards are going back to Las Vegas. It will be taped on Saturday, July the 20th, there at the Orleans Arena. It has been there a few times, and now they are going back again. And we talked about it last week offline. on if we were going or what our thoughts were about it. And I'm still up in the air. Last week I was like, for sure I might be going, but now I don't know. I looked at hotel rooms, and I decided if I am going to go this year, I'm going to be bougie. Shout out to Christian David. Thanks, Yolanda, for tagging him. And your Christian David, my guy, originally from Fresno, California. I think he's now in Boston, Massachusetts. But glad to have him hanging out. And yeah, I started looking at hotels. I said I wanted to be right there in all the action. So I think if I go, I want to stay at the actual Orleans hotel. I've already looked at suites to see how much they cost, and it's within my budget at the present moment. So we'll see what happens. But Ashlyn, go right ahead. You're trying to get my attention. You have yourself on mute.
Because of the holy noise that's happening and in the suite upstairs. Anyway, shout out to Minister Hilton, who is on here. I'm so glad that you joined. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna go to the Stellar Awards this year. I have listened to Ja'Cory like get in my ear about this for I don't know how many years, and there's been so many things, great, wonderful things, opportunities that I don't want to miss out on. And so I have committed to go to the Stellar Awards, and that's it. So I'll be working on getting my plane ticket today. I do have a timeshare in Vegas, so I'm going to see if that's available. And if it is, then I'll be staying there. But I like the idea, Dito, of staying right on site where Ja'Cory says no. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Are you okay? Are you good? Are you
okay? Something wrong with your head?
No.
I do. I don't do the.
Explain.
Sometimes you have to have good separation.
And
that's all I'm going to say.
Like to stay in
you have to realize that I'm not as intricately involved in the gospel industry as some of you all are, and so some of the distractions that you all may encounter, I may personally not encounter those type of things because I'm really just a nobody in the gospel industry.
Dito, I need you to retract that from the record.
I'm telling you, people know me in the Bay. People know me in the Bay, but when we talk about the Stellar stuff, it's a whole different story.
Don't have me pull up the receipts, Dito.
Please don't.
We have had people, special guests on this show from all across the nation, and they're like, "We love Demetrius Tollfree. We love him." You are like. Maybe you like the
oh look at just
look at your daughter don't call you out
if you don't stop. Exactly you're like the worship pastor of the Bay. Can we call you that? The worship pastor of the Bay. I think
mighty God.
Yeah, I think that should be
but I do think if you want to stay right on top, in between and in the middle, that's good if it works for you. But I'm not always a person that wants to be around a lot of people. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but I'm really a solo person.
You have a good point.
I can Camille and go in with all the people, and you think, oh, he likes to. I'm really a solo person. I like to be by myself.
Yes.
So I'll jump in the crowd, and I'll come on right back to my room and go do what I want to do.
I'm not mad at that. I understand that. that.
I travel alone.
That's good. Shout out to Kevin Stansel, who is on here. Thank you so much for joining us, Kevin. Good to see you on here. And shout out to I see the username is Buzzard. I have no comment on that, but I think this is Mr. Trent from Indiana, who just is a new supporter. So thank you so much for joining. I think this is
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Great to have you all hanging out with us. Shout out to Fred Goodman, who I hadn't had a chance to mention earlier. What's up, man? Bless your name, God.
Uncle Fred.
My friend Fred Goodman is in the building. Shout out to Michelle Woodson Alexander and so many others who are hanging out with us. And yes, KJ Stansel, Kevin Stansel, we're talking about the Stellar Awards right now, but I know that you will be in Oakland soon. Yes, we definitely need to get together when you come, and don't wait till the day that you're leaving to let me know you're here. So let me know as soon as you know that you're going to be here. Give me those dates, man, I definitely want to run into you, man, and hang out, maybe break some bread and do whatever we got to do. As you all know,
Come
that
on,
right now he
Frankie.
is playing bass for Frankie Beverly and Maeve and doing his
Nice.
thing. And Fred Goodman, he says he's at DMV today, suspending
Suspended.
licenses.
Suspended.
I can't.
Frank.
I just can't right now. Anyway, so Yolanda, I know that you wanted to have a comment about the whole Stellar situation, so I won't see it in you right now. But tell me what's on your mind about the whole situation with Stellar Awards.
Hello.
I think
We
you're on
don't hear
mute,
you. No,
Yolanda.
I don't know what she
Okay.
did.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. There you
Yes.
go.
All right. So I have a lot to say, but I don't want to get in trouble because I always want to stay working for a long time, man. That's a little wisdom. All right. Don't say everything you want to say on social media. All right. So here's one thought I do want to provide. If you're an artist and you are considering singing at the Stellar Weekend, right, and you're going to sing at XY event that may or may not be sanctioned. That means the Stellar Awards did not sign off on that event. I highly encourage that you do your research about the event. You find out all the terms and conditions. You ask questions. I'm not going to say don't pay the funds or anything of that nature because you do have to pay your dues, sweep cups. And so nobody and anybody and nobody is removed, all right, from paying your dues. I lived in Denver all of my sweet life up until my mid 30s, and I sang everywhere all around town. But when I moved to this side, what did I have to do? Start paying dues again. Amen. So please, 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 and I say please, read what they call the fine print. Ask questions, and they're not able to answer your questions, then maybe you should reconsider. I'm not bashing or try anybody, anything. I'm just telling you what I know to be true. If you do not ask questions, it may not be the wisest thing to come back later and say, well, they did this and they did that to me, but you didn't ask any questions, sweet love. So please, okay. I'm in my little mother first lady lane today.
Come on, yes.
Please don't go to Stellar Weekend thinking that you're about to be found. It is not 1965. It is 2024. Everybody wants to be famous.
But you know, Yo-Yo, the trick to that is a lot of people want to sing to artists thinking that artists, the only thing another artist can do is
come on,
word?
I was just about to say it.
They can
That's what another artist
Y'all
can
be
do.
singing for the wrong people.
You be like, oh, I want to sing in front of Kim Burrell, or I want to sing in front of Vicky Winans. Honestly, all they can do is
So
say,
they
oh,
can
you
just
can
tell
sing.
you, oh, you sound nice. That was great.
I'm going to tell you. Now, Vicky, well, I will say this about Miss Vicky, and this is no pun to any other artist, and I want to stay here because I may, feel a preach inside me. I want to do that. I will say this about Vicky Winans. She is extremely authentic, and she is very kind, and she will
tell you the truth.
If she feels led, give you a little bit of advice that when she gives that advice, you probably should take it.
Yep.
But what they're saying is true. If you're going to the Stellars thinking you're going to go to the Stellars and feel as if you're getting ready to sing in front of Kirk Franklin and he's going to sign you a good old deal. This is 2024. This is not 1925. Nobody is sitting at a soda shop waiting for you to sing. No. It's not that day. It's over. Everybody's a celebrity.
I think
everybody's an
past
artist.
that.
Everybody's famous. Okay.
We're past
If
that.
you want, we passed that day. That's not to say you cannot make it. And that's not to say all is lost. That's not what I'm saying. I am encouraging. We've all probably on this platform had this experience. If you pay your $375, you probably
$375. They went up.
Oh yeah, the same. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just throwing out a number. You pay your $3.75 and 25 cents, and you sing for 3 minutes. You're gonna have to make the best of that 3 minutes as possible, and then it's up to you to network, and it's up to you to talk.
Don't there's 80 events going on, so it may not be but 5 people in the room when you sing. It may not be but 5
people, but also don't assume that the person with the shorts and the t-shirt on is a nobody.
Come on.
You never know who's in a room.
That's right.
Right. So if that's what you're gonna do, that's your right. But just ask questions. I'm trying to tell you something that I can't really tell you. I'm just saying, ask questions.
That's good.
Don't sign dotted lines for stuff, and you didn't know that you could only sing for 2 minutes without your track.
Right.
Let me just insert something right there. First of all, if you're an artist, whether it's at the Stellar Awards or whether it's at a church event or a concert, you should always make sure all your information is provided to you up front. If they can't provide you with information, then apparently I can't confirm this date. So there's questions you definitely should have in place. There's things you should always ask anytime you're either, whether it be the Stellars, whether it be at your church. Hey, you know, who's the promoter over this event? Research your promoters, because let me tell you something. Promoters will sit there and put an event out there, put some faces on it, and then nobody show up. I mean, and then they weren't even planning the event. This has happened numerous of times. Okay, when I was living in New York, a man put out a big old event. It was supposed to be Yolanda Adams, Vicky, Kim Burrell. It was like a bunch of people, and it took Yolanda and Kim Burrell to say something. Mind you, he was promoting it locally, so it really didn't really reach places. We didn't see it anywhere on social media, and that's maybe go. Wait a minute, I don't see this on social media. Let's y'all sure this is going on? Kind of find out they had been invited, but the negotiations, because Yolanda's team was like, okay, who's this promoter? Who does he work with? You know, they were asking the questions that couldn't be answered. No one never committed to this event other than the local groups in New York that were invited. And it was for a Mother's Day concert, and it never happened. It was never approved. The artists were never attended. And I know when we go to Stellars and all these other amazing weekends, Grammy weekend and GMWA weekend, and we see all these different events from these promoters offering you space to share your talent. And we're just, oh my God, they got Kim. Oh my God, they got Ash. Oh my God, this is going to be good. That means it's going to be packed with producers. No, it don't.
No, it don't.
That don't mean that don't mean the promoter is legit. No, it don't. It does not mean that. Even in 2024, we still have crooked promoters out here. So y'all have to be mindful, not just with Stellar Awards, but any type of event you're being invited to. I love to hear somebody, when I call somebody and would invite them to an event, I love to hear somebody say, you know what, Michi, I'm going to pray about it and get back to you. That encourages me.
That's right.
That encourages me. I've promoted events. I've promoted a lot of events. Right now, we're working on another event to put out there and plan to promote. Yolanda, I'll be speaking with you a little later in the month. But this one is really going to be good, though. But even in that, we're putting things together, setting up the budget. Hey, one of the people I'm interested in, the first thing they asked me was, what is your budget? I'm like, well, geez, I'm just mentioning it to you. It's like, well, what's your budget? And to me, I see these are people that mean business. Don't be afraid if you're an artist. Well, hey, what's your budget? I've had people to do it to me a few times. Hey, what's your budget? Because sometimes that means they might work with you.
Right.
So, what's the budget? I know. I ain't gonna say her name out loud because another one of my good girlfriends. If I call her, she'll ask me, well, what's the budget? Because she like me, I ain't gonna say her name, because I don't want nobody to use my friend. But anytime, I always, Ashton is a wonderful person. She has her honorarium, but Ashton's gonna ask you, what's the budget? When I talked to her team to get her a praise in the park, they wanted to know what the budget was, because, and I think that kind of puts them in the minds of knowing, not creating something that's not surreal, if I can say that word. I don't know if I'm using it correctly. To where if you got an artist, Ashton, not saying this is what she charged, but $5,000. I don't have a budget of $8,000. Hey, you might want to reconsider maybe, somebody else, or that way her management team can, come to her with a different number, say, hey, they have a budget of 10,000. I know you're 5. That's going to take away half. We want to leave them some, y'all have to know planning events. You got, it's a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot.
So couple things that I want to just say, 3 things actually, well, maybe 3.5. So one, what Michi was talking about is representation. If you're an up and coming artist, you might want to seriously consider having a manager or having somebody to negotiate these things for you on your behalf. That's one. Secondly, thank you, Rob Ellis. Yes, just take her to IHOP after. She'll love you. Thank you. That is not true. Please don't take me to IHOP.
Get her a double stack. She'll sing you a
Please
A and a
do
B.
not take me to my house because I will not be able to eat anything. Okay. Take me to Cheesecake Factory. Okay. Secondly, when you make these plans to be part of an event, or when you're inquiring about an event like Yolanda and Michi just talked about, be nice. Be kind. When you ask questions, please be kind. Don't come in there guns blazing and like, well, do you know who I am? And I sang the national anthem for the Pelicans.
Say it again, Ash.
I sing at my church every Sunday, and I'm and you don't know what you're missing. And if you don't put me on your program, please don't come with that attitude. Please. I don't care if you're making $5 or $5,000 or $500,000. I don't care. Please come with a good attitude and be kind. Because here's the thing. There are events. I'm not talking about specifically the Stellars, but I'm talking about there's events that come across my desk and my team is like, they only have a budget of $450. Are you okay with doing it? And then when I go to look at their social media, I see that they're up and coming and they're building and they have good quality content and the heart is in the right place. And I'm like, let's do it for $250. I'm serious. Like, there are things that outweigh just the bottom dollar, right? There's definitely things that outweigh the bottom dollar. Right?
That's good.
Third thing, I was on a whole Sunday best. I was a whole contestant and a whole finalist. And I sang week after week in front of influential people in the industry: Kurt Franklin, Erica Campbell, Jonathan McReynolds, Kelly Price. Okay. Ne'er one of them signed me.
Talking good, Ash. You talking good.
Okay. And it's not because they're not the gatekeepers. They're the celebrity spokespeople. Okay.
That's good.
And so I just want y'all to know what Yolanda said is so true. Choose wisely, but you have to be realistic about your expectation. Okay. You have to be realistic about your expectation. And so here's the key. When I was on Sunday Best, and I'm just going to use that as an example. When I was on Sunday Best and I realized, I looked back over the history of Sunday Best and I was like, I don't think I've really seen anybody like blow up. Leandria, and there are some people after the fact. But what happens on that season is what you make of it.
Absolutely.
The doors that open are the doors that you ask God to open. It's not they owe you because you're all that in a bag of chips. You have to make the opportunity.
Yes,
so very first thing is your attitude. When you have an attitude of gratitude, people will give you so much. They will do so much for you if you are just kind.
Yes,
there's not one person that you can ever talk to on this planet that will ever say, Ashlyn Cole, we don't work with her because she's mean. Not one. There is not one person that will ever say we don't want to work with her because X, Y. Every single person that I come in contact, I don't care if it is the children, the babies, the middle school, or if it's celebrity status at the top of the mountain. I don't care who it is. I'm going to treat you with kindness and love and respect because that is what God has called us. How can you love God and not love people? Okay. So you praise God and love God and honor God and reverence God and all those things, but you can't stand people. Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
Yep.
So look at the opportunities. And yes, you do sometimes need to invest funds into the opportunities, but make sure you know why you're doing it and make sure you set the expectation correctly. And get with somebody that knows how to make merchandise, branding items. My favorite artist that I have been at when I go to showcases or something like that is people that put something in my hands. It might be a keychain. It might be a pen with their name on it. It might be a business card or a nice flyer card. or a CD or a cassette that has a little USB thing on it. I don't care what it is. Get with somebody that does merchandising, or open a Printify or a Printful shop for yourself. Do some branding and go there with a bag full of giveaways.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, giveaways.
Away. Give the stuff away. Hand it to the people as you walk through the door. Oh, my name is Ashlyn Cole. I'm a gospel artist and my project is coming out in September. Hey, my name is Ashlyn Cole. I love your music. Would you give me a consideration? Hey, my Instagram will show you everything. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. I'm so grateful to be at the Stellars. Here's a pen so you can sign your name on a check. Just come up with something. You know what I mean? Make yourself memorable, because walking in the door and singing a song
God.
is not going to leave you
Nope.
on your mind. Period.
Nope. Can I add one thought to what she just said?
Yeah.
One
Please
thought
do.
getting him. And be authentic.
Authentic. Come on.
There's already a Ashlyn, right? There's already a Kelly. There's already a Erica. There's already a Deani, and so on and so on. We're not looking for a duplicate. Be you. So if you say, Yolanda, I don't give out pens, but I sure do love lip gloss. Then buy you some lip gloss, child. Package that lip gloss up and walk up to Dorinda and say, Miss Dorinda, I love you so much. Here's my new lip gloss and my lip gloss music.
Right.
Be authentic yourself. And I agree with her. Gratefulness, gratitude. Don't walk around. And this is anywhere. I agree with him. Anywhere, everywhere. I promise you, people will ever forget your name. But they will always remember how you treated them.
Yep.
If you walk in grand and you're like, Yolanda, it don't work.
No.
If you walk in grand and stuck up and can't nobody say nothing to you, we don't care that you do praise and worship at your church. We all do praise and worship at our church.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, I'm out.
And let me just
I'm gonna say this.
Let me just add this one thing, because I'm gonna jet.
I'm about to kick you out because you're gonna be late. Hurry up.
I know. Being on Sunday Best was one of the greatest experiences of my life. And I don't want anyone, when I said like none of them signed me, I don't want anyone to think that I'm not grateful. I had the absolute best time on there, and I would not trade it for the world. The only reason I was on there was because of Jacory. I always have to say that, because I would never have gone on that show if it was not for his encouragement. But make the most of every opportunity. You have to grab the opportunity of a lifetime in the lifetime of the opportunity.
Agree.
So an opportunity is not forever. An opportunity has a window of time.
Jesus.
So grab the opportunity of a lifetime in the lifetime of the opportunity. Don't miss out. Tomorrow's not promised, and you shouldn't have the audacity to think that you can do tomorrow what God told you to do today. I'm out.
And let me just back that up by saying, if you're not fine singing at the pond or the lake, he's definitely not going to have you sing at the ocean.
Come on, somebody.
And that's one of the hardships I've had. I'm fine at the river. If he doesn't take me to the ocean, guess what? Guess how many rivers and ponds it takes to make the ocean. So I'm going to let that river stream to wherever he has me to be. So if it's just some ducks, and some little pigeons, I'm going to sing to them until let him do the increase, instead of you pushing yourself and launching yourself in a direction that God didn't call you to.
Absolutely. I love it.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, man. Go right ahead.
I've been in this space, and as Ashlyn was sharing something, and what really hits me, and every time I hear that testimony, or that what happened with the Sunday Best, because Jacory pushed her, but Jacory also was going for himself. And what he did was, even though he didn't get the yes, he still stood with the person that got the yes. And then I'm reminded of the story in the Bible where they had the water, and one had to go get the water, and they were all standing there with the different vases of water. And one would come pour water in one because they didn't have enough food. I can't get the scripture, but I know the story. And what's happening in this season is there's a lot of people that you may have gotten the no, but your feed may get them the yes. And so with you investing and moving in the realm of assisting people, God is pushing you to places that you don't even realize are about to open doors for you that you haven't even been expecting to open at this time in your life. And so keep pouring water into the empty vases that don't have enough water to meet the need that they need to meet, because something is getting ready to happen within this spiritual realm, within this realm of blessings and moving within this season of our lives. And to all of our Freedom Radio family and listeners, I dare you to help somebody in a capacity where you got the no, but they got the yes.
That's good. I
That's
like
it
that,
for
man.
me.
Wow.
I like
Yes,
it. I like it. That's good stuff.
Received.
Received.
And I told you guys a few weeks ago, and I'll say it again, kind of piggybacking on what Demetrius said, that you can't give anybody veto power over your life. Meaning that you can't tell somebody, you can't allow somebody to tell you no that never had the power to say yes in the first place. So never give anybody veto power over your life. So do what you have to do. And I like what Corey was saying. That if he never ends up in the ocean, if he ends up being at the riverside, he's going to continue to sing and minister at that riverside until things get better. I love it. I'm not mad at it at all. And I think that this all has been a great conversation. Listen, I'm looking up at the clock, and before we go, we only have a couple of minutes left, but before we go, two things I want to mention. First off, we're just a few days away from tax day. Tax day is this coming Monday. So if you have not filed your taxes yet, this is that week, whether you do it yourself. I forgot all the different ways that you can do, but if you go to H&R Block or Jackson Hewitt or wherever it is that you go to get your taxes done, this is the final week to do it. We don't have the extensions like we had last year. I was able to extend my taxes last year all the way until October because of the weather, but we do not have those type of exceptions this year. So please, ma'am, please, sir, get your taxes done. Because I tell you that either you're going to pay your taxes or your taxes are going to be taken, your money going to be taken, one or the other. So joyfully or grudgingly, make sure you do your taxes on this week. Lastly, in a bit of tech talk, I'll make this as quick as possible as well. I'm sure Demetrius and maybe Yolanda have not as of yet, but I'll ask God, have either of you, I know both of you are kind of near Apple stores, have either of you had a chance to see the Vision Pro in person yet?
No, I don't go to Apple Store. It's too many kids in there for me.
You're allergic? You hush, achoo. You're allergic? Well, I'll tell you this. I'm one that only go in there if I have to. But I took a moment a couple of weeks ago to go to the Apple Store to do a free trial or a test out of the new Apple Vision Pro. It's a 30-minute demo, and they walk you through everything. And I will tell you, I'm not blown away easily, but I was absolutely blown away by what the Vision Pro can do and what it presents. Sorry, Fred Goodman, we'll pray for you, sir. But the new Vision Pro goggles are absolutely amazing. I thought that that it was kind of just overkill or just not a necessary thing. But I will tell you, I can see an avenue being carved out for it. I'm sure that other companies are going to try to get on board and do their versions of it. But if you are an Apple user, or even if you're not an Apple user, you can book a free 30-minute demo at your closest Apple store, and they will show you all the ins and outs of the Vision Pro. My daughter went the other day. She was blown away. Now she wants to tell me she wants to ask me how much my discount is to get one. But they are amazing. They are amazing. So if you have time, take a chance, take a look at them. I'm not telling you go buy them, but I'm telling you that this is the wave of the future, and that you should at least give it a try to take a look at it and go from there. All right. With that being said, go right ahead. Were you trying to get my attention, Yolanda?
Give him a try.
Okay.
When you say give him a try, I thought of James Hall. I said, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Got you. Yeah, so you should all take a moment to give it a try and see what you come up with. Listen, I am looking up at the clock, and we are not out of conversation, but we are merely out of time. This time goes by so quick. But I want to say on behalf of Ashlyn Cole, Jacory Prothro, Demetrius Hunter, and of course Yolanda Morant, how much we appreciate you all spending this time with us each and every week. And we're looking forward to doing it again next week. And I like what Ashley said. We are in our anniversary season. We technically started streaming 13 years ago on April the 1st. And so we are in our anniversary season. I can't believe that we are 13 years old, but we're definitely, I'm going to look into it as soon as I get off this line. I am going to create that discount code where you can take 13% off of your Freedom Radio items on the website and make that happen. So I love that idea. I'm definitely open to making that happen. You definitely want to get your items and see all the great things that Yolanda, with her graphic design, has created for Freedom Radio. It is all good. Any closing comment? Final thought, Yolanda?
No, just, live life well. It's meant to be lived well. Things happen, life happens.
Yeah.
But you can't stay in a slump. You got to just pick yourself up, find a way to move through it. Therapy, Jesus, walks in the park, exercises, family, friends. So you can live your best life.
Absolutely. I love it. And I will tell you this as a closing comment or a final thought, whichever one you would like to make it be. And that is this. You got to have something to do. Do something every day that gets you closer to your dreams. Do something every day that gets you closer to your dreams. And with that being said, he who aims at nothing seldom misses. I'm going to let that be our closing comment and final thought of the day. Until the next time on this same Shop Talk network at this same Shop Talk time. My name is Demetrius Topher. You know how we do it. You can help me say it out. Ikana. Holla.